The best way to improve your English speaking skills is by reading short stories, is by learning vocabulary, improving your knowledge of English grammar, idioms, collocations, and vocabulary by reading short stories. That's the best way to do it. You learn things practically and you see how what you're learning is used in different ways. That's exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to be helping you learn some new English words, idioms, and collocations by reading a short story and focusing on the points that you gotta learn. Are you ready? Of course you are. So let's get started. But before we do so, what I kindly want you to do is hit the like button down below in support of this channel, in support of your YouTube English teacher. I help you with your English. You please help me with the growth of this YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and leave a comment down below by telling me from which country you're watching these videos. Now let's get started. The story that we have, as you can see here, is called The Lucky Break. Now let's read it and see what we can learn by reading this story. George had been posting videos on YouTube for months around the clock, but his channel was getting nowhere. One night, he uploaded a video about everyday English phrases, thinking it was just a shot in the dark. Every cloud has a silver lining, he muttered as he clicked publish. Much to his surprise, by morning the video had gone viral. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Comments poured in, praising his unique insights. Looks like I've hit the nail on the head, George thought with a grin. His once forgotten channel was now a hot commodity, and offers started coming in significant numbers. Though he had felt like throwing in the towel at times, George realized that good things come to those who wait. With this great success, he knew he had to strike while the iron is hot and keep posting fresh content. After all, fortune favors the bold. Alright guys, so this was our today's story. This story is about a guy that posts a video on YouTube and has the video go viral and meets with success on this platform. A guy that has been posting on YouTube for a long period of time, but none of his content, had the experience of going viral. But eventually and suddenly, one video that he publishes goes viral and brings him a lot of likes, comments, subscribers, and things of that nature. Now let's focus on the phrases and idiomatic expressions highlighted in yellow. Let's start focusing on them sentence by sentence. George had been posting videos on YouTube for months, around the clock. What is the meaning of doing something around the clock? Look at this idiom used here, around the clock. What is the meaning of doing something around the clock? Well, when you do something around the clock, let's scroll down. We have it here. Here is the idiom, to do something around the clock. When you do something around the clock, you do it all the time. You do it all day, all night, all the time. So, happening all the time, both day and night. This is the meaning of around the clock. Here we have an example. The customer service team works around the clock to assist clients. The customer service team works around the clock to assist clients. The customer service team works around the clock to assist clients. So when something happens around the clock, it happens all the time. It happens consistently. It happens by night and by day. It happens all night, all day. It happens all the time. So to do something around the clock. This was the first idiom of this short story. Now let's go back to our story and read the other sentence and get to the next point. So George had been posting videos on YouTube for months around the clock, which means he'd been posting on YouTube non-stop, all the time, all day long, all night long, all week long, all year long, all month long. But his channel was getting nowhere. His channel was getting nowhere. What is the meaning of getting nowhere? When we say something is getting nowhere, it means something is meeting with no success. Let's have a look at the idiom in the file. To be getting nowhere. When something is getting nowhere, it is achieving no success. It is meeting with no success. it is not producing the result that it is supposed or expected to. So, to be getting nowhere. An example: despite practicing for hours, I feel like I was getting nowhere with the guitar. Despite practicing for hours, I felt like I was getting nowhere with the guitar. So, to be getting nowhere means to be achieving no success. Now let's go back to our story and focus on the third sentence. One night he uploaded a video about everyday English phrases, thinking it was just a shot in the dark. A shot in the dark. What is the meaning of a shot in the dark? Well, let's scroll down and get to point 3. A shot in the dark. Well, a shot in the dark is a guess or an attempt with little chance of success. So when you say something is a shot in the dark, what you mean is that something is an attempt or a guess with little chance of success. You don't expect too much of the effort or the guess that you're making. Why? Because you know for a fact that it's got a little chance of success, or it doesn't stand a chance of meeting with success. So that is a shot in the dark. Let's have a look at an example. I took a shot in the dark by entering the competition, but I ended up winning. I took a shot in the dark by entering the competition, but I ended up winning, which means the guy entered the competition in the hope of winning, but he didn't have great hopes for winning in the competition, but he attended the competition in the hope of winning it, which means the guy made an attempt to attend the competition and win it, and it actually happened. He ended up winning. He took a shot in the dark and entered the competition and eventually ended up winning. Now let's go back to our story and read the other sentence and focus on the next idiomatic expression or phrase. Every cloud has a silver lining, he muttered as he clicked publish. Every cloud has a silver lining, he muttered as he clicked publish. What is the meaning of every cloud has a silver lining? Well, let's scroll down and get to the expression, which is here. Every cloud has a silver lining. So every cloud has a silver lining means there are always hopes for positive things to happen. There are always hopes for positive things to come and occur. Or people always are hopeful about achieving something positive happening, no matter how difficult the situation is. So every cloud has a silver lining refers to the idea that no matter how tough or difficult or bad the situation is, eventually one day the positive thing will happen. The day on which the positive things start happening will come or arrive soon. In other words, there are always hopes for better things to come. Let me give you an example. Losing the match was tough, but we learned valuable lessons. Every cloud has a silver lining, which means we all have good days and bad days. We all experience the positive and the negative. But no matter how tough, difficult, unpleasant, and negative the present situation might be, eventually the day will arrive and the day will come on which you will feel happy, and all the positives will start moving towards you. All the positives will start happening in your life. Now let's go back to our story and read the next sentence. Much to his surprise, by morning the video had gone viral. Much to his surprise, by morning the video had gone viral. What is the meaning of much to his surprise? Let's scroll down and get to the expression. Much to someone's surprise. Much to someone's surprise means someone is very surprised. So this phrase can be used to emphasize that someone feels surprised very much. So much to someone's surprise. Used to say that someone feels very surprised. An example. Much to his surprise, the quiet student was voted class president. Much to his surprise, the quiet student was voted class president, which means The fact that the quiet student was voted class president shocked him and surprised him, or he was surprised by the fact that the quiet student was elected as the president of the class, so much to his surprise. Now let's go back to our story and focus on the rest. So we come all the way here. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Comments poured in, praising his unique insights. Looks like I've hit the nail on the head, George thought with a grin. Looks like I've hit the nail on the head. What about this one? To hit the nail on the head. Well, let's go scroll down, come all the way down. It's right here, to hit the nail on the head. When you hit the nail on the head, you do something exactly, accurately, precisely. Or according to our lesson, you get something exactly right. So to hit the nail on the head means you do something exactly right, you do something the way it should be done, you do something as accurately, precisely, and as correctly as it should be done, or you get something exactly right. So to hit the nail on the head. Let's have a look at the example. You hit the nail on the head when you suggested we simplify the project. You hit the nail on the head when you suggested we simplify the project, which means you were exactly right. You got everything exactly right when you suggested we simplify the project, which means the idea of simplifying the project was the most exact, the most precise, and the most accurate thing that had to be done. So to hit the nail on the head. Now let's go back to our story and continue with the rest. His once forgotten channel was now a hot commodity, and offers started coming in significant numbers. So his once forgotten channel was now a hot commodity. What is the meaning of a hot commodity? Well, I'm scrolling down. We're getting to the expression, be a hot commodity. Well, when something is a hot commodity, it is highly valued and also in much demand. Or when someone is described as a hot commodity, they're actually highly valued, respected, and they're in demand. They're in much demand. So to be a hot commodity. Let's have a look at the example given here. After the interview aired, she became a hot commodity in the tech world. After the interview aired, she became a hot commodity in the tech world. Which means after the interview, she became so famous and popular and she became a hot commodity. Everyone called her, everyone approached her, and she became so famous and popular among people that everyone wanted to work or collaborate with her, wanted to be in touch with her because she became so famous, right? She became highly respected and valued. And also she was in much demand and high demand. Everyone wanted to approach her, everyone wanted to get in contact with her, to be able to do business with her or to collaborate with her. That's the meaning of being a hot commodity. Now let's scroll back up and return to our story. Though he had felt like throwing in the towel at times, George realized that good things come to those who wait. What is the meaning of throwing in the towel? Well, when you throw in the towel, you give up. So to throw in the towel means to give up. You surrender, you give up, you succumb, right, to something. You don't keep fighting. You don't continue fighting because you feel you're weak. So to throw in the towel means to give up. After multiple failed attempts, he finally threw in the towel and left the race. After multiple failed attempts, he finally threw in the towel and left the race. Which means after a couple of failed attempts, he finally gave up and left the race. Now let's go all the way back up and focus on the rest of our beautiful story. With this great success, he knew he had to strike while the iron is hot and keep posting fresh content. To strike while the iron is hot, what is the meaning of this? Well, let's scroll all the way down and get to this point. To strike while the iron is hot. To strike while the iron is hot. So to strike while the iron is hot means to take advantage of a good opportunity. So when you strike while the iron is hot, it means a golden opportunity, a once in a lifetime or a 1 in a million opportunity has arisen, has come along, and you're taking advantage of it. You're taking advantage of a once in a lifetime or a 1 in a million opportunity to do something. An opportunity that, does not come along that often, or an opportunity that comes along, comes up, or arises rarely. So you really need to take advantage of it, right? So to strike while the iron is hot means an opportunity, a once in a lifetime, a golden opportunity has arisen, and you're taking advantage of it with the purpose of doing something, doing what you really want to do, what you have planned to do. Let's have a look at the example. You just got a promotion. Now is the time to strike while the iron is hot and ask for a raise. You just got a promotion. Now is the time to strike while the iron is hot and ask for a raise, which means you've been promoted, you've just got a promotion, now is the best time, now is the golden time, or the once in a lifetime opportunity to take advantage of, to ask for a raise, to ask your employer to pay you more, to give you a higher salary. Now let's scroll all the way back up and finish our story. After all, fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Can you guess the meaning of this expression? Fortune favors the bold. Well, fortune favors the bold means risk takers are more likely to succeed, which means the ones who are brave and courageous, the ones who are willing to take big risks, are more likely to meet with great success. So, the courageous, the brave, and also risk takers are more likely to meet with success, are more likely to succeed. So this is the meaning of fortune favors the bold. An example. He quit his job to start his own business because he believed fortune favors the bold. He quit his job to start his own business because he believed fortune favors the bold, which means he quit his job with the purpose of starting his own business because he believed that those who take big risks and are courageous and brave enough to take risks are more likely to succeed, are more likely to meet with success. And that's about it, guys. That's about all. So in today's lesson, you learned lots of useful idioms and also phrases. Let's read this story once again now that we know the meaning of all these beautiful phrases. The lucky break. George had been posting videos on YouTube for months around the clock, but his channel was getting nowhere. One night, he uploaded a video about everyday English phrases, thinking it was just a shot in the dark. Every cloud has a silver lining, he muttered as he clicked publish. Much to his surprise, by morning, the video had gone viral. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Comments poured in, praising his unique insights. Looks like I've hit the nail on the head, George thought with a grin. His once forgotten channel was now a hot commodity, and offers started coming in significant numbers. Though he had felt like throwing in the towel at times, George realized that good things come to those who wait. With this great success, he knew he had to strike while the iron is hot and keep posting fresh content. After all, fortune favors the bold. And that's about it, guys. Now what I kindly want you to do is like this video in support of this channel, in support of me. I help you with your English, you please help me with the growth of this channel. And thank you for doing so. I appreciate those who engage with my content, who like these videos, and also leave comments under my videos. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and leave a comment down below by telling me from which country you're watching these videos. I'll be back soon.